Good morning. Glad you could join us. Graduation. Remember graduation from high school? I do. I remember the day. I remember that earlier that day, I just started going to Oak Brook Christian Center. It wasn't community church yet. Initials stayed the same. There was no building there, but we had a nice piece of property. And so I remember that I rode the tractor and I cut the grass that day. I always remember that. It was kind of tan. For me, kind of tan that night. Probably why I have skin cancer today. And then I remember that night there was a picture that was taken of Jim, John, and Karen, my three oldest siblings. And they were all making this like really serious face. And they were mocking me because they said I should have looked happier, but I looked really solemn at my high school graduation. Anyway, just a memory. What I do remember is there was some sister, a nun, who spoke. I don't know who she was. I have no idea. If anybody who sees this, graduated with me, has any idea who she was, I'd be curious to know. But I remember what she said. What she said was that life has begun. It's kind of like, okay. She says, this is not a rehearsal. This is not practice. This is not the dress rehearsal. The curtain is up and life has begun. See, I think a lot of people just think it's just like, oh, this is just practice. Remember Allen Iverson with practice? Practice? You want to talk about practice? It's kind of like Jim Mora with playoffs. But no, I think a lot of people don't get that life has really started. This is it. You've only got one shot at today. What does the Bible say regarding today? Today is the day of salvation. You are not promised tomorrow, nor am I. But we are promised only today. So what do we do with it? Been reading, I think, a good book, The Will of God is a Way of Life. How to Make Every Decision with Peace and Confidence. I think a lot of Christians, they want to know, am I doing the will of God? It's by Jerry Sitzer. I like a lot of stuff that he's written. So, yeah, I think we want to do the right thing. But, sometimes we can kind of think, well, I'll do that later. Like he talks in here about, I'm going to go sow my wild oats because I'm a college student. I'm just going to kind of do my thing now. How many people just do their thing and they never get to do that thing that they really felt they were supposed to do with their life? And some people say, well, no, I'll get serious about God like when I get married. I'll get serious about God when I have children. And if those were times where you did, that's cool. But for some people, someday never comes. Some people say, well, someday I'm going to do it. The only thing that we have to offer God is today. It truly is the only thing that we have to offer God. There's places, these signs that are clever, it'll say, free pizza tomorrow, but the sign never changes. So you go back there and it still says free pizza tomorrow. And if you ask, they're just like, yeah, tomorrow, see what the sign says. You got to wait till it says free pizza today. Shakey's used to have a sign that I really liked. It said that all persons 100 years of age accompanied by parent receive free pizza. I don't think there was too many people that were cashing in on the free pizza. One of the things that Jerry Sitzer told his children as they were growing up is that sometimes, well, I'll just read what he says. He says, but the time to do the will of God is now. Always now and never later. As I tell my children, you will never find it easy to love your siblings, at least not at first. It will only get easy with practice. That's right, Allen Iverson. It will only get easy with practice. So you might as well start now. So I just want to encourage you today. Start today. Just say, God, here's today. Offer yourself to Him and say, I want to do your will today. Not tomorrow. Today. God bless you.